Well, what's going on with Rizzo though?
I don't know,
Two
but
more
I'm
errors
kind
on.
of saying that as a precursor so that people stop looking at just the head stuff, because he's hitting the ball, making good contact.
Well, but like I'm not listen, I'm not saying that he's still concussed and that's why he's making these errors. I don't know what it is. Like, is this fielding yips or something? Like, what's going on? Because this is not something Rizzo has ever done in his career. Just botching easy plays at first base. He's made 4 errors so far this year. I think he made something like 5 errors all of last year and then 4 errors all of the year before. So he's already matching his error total. And these are easy routine plays that he is just dropping, booting, not making.
Yeah, no, they are very routine plays, no doubt about it, and he makes them in his sleep normally. So I don't know why it's happening, but again, like I'm not going to go down the path of he's not right in the head. I know a lot of people are starting to think that, but the offense to me is not showing that. The way that he's seeing some of these pitches and making contact is not showing me that. But I don't know. It could just be it could be some type of yips, because these are simple. These are easy plays.
Right.
These are easy plays that he absolutely makes with no doubt about it. So
and we also talked about it's not even just the easy plays. He's also the type of first baseman that saves errors from fielders.
Yeah, he improves the offensive defense and the numbers of the offense. I'm sorry, the defense of the infield. He's a guy that improves the defense of the infield numbers.
Scooping balls,
like,
doing the swipe play on errant throws, just kept vacuuming everything towards him, and he's not even close to that.
The plays that we have been seeing him botch, simple ground up scoops that he again does in his sleep. The swipe tag that he missed the other week. Those are things that he does all the time, and you don't see the error in the books at that point. You don't see the base runner at that point, because he usually saves that. So
Boone said,
I'm just, maybe there's some rust, man. That's what I'm shake the rust off.
Boone said he's been okay. Usually he's so good. He's probably not scooped a couple of balls that he typically would. I think that's just a couple of plays. I expect the same elite defense we usually get. I agree, Aaron. I expect the same elite defense we usually get. And if we don't start seeing that elite defense, I'm going to have to question what the hell is going on, Anthony Rizzo, because this is not the type of player you are. You want to say you need to get into the rhythm of a season offensively, fine, but like, you can't be botching these simple plays. Like, this infield defense, which we're going to talk about, has literally been an Achilles heel of this team and what was the reason they were not able to secure that comeback yesterday. We're going to talk about that. But before we do that, the Yankees are about to play 3 games in Toronto. And then they come home for 3 against Tampa and 4 against Oakland. Game Time will surely have the lowest price tickets available for that homestand, and especially those Oakland midweek games, because Oakland is a dumpster fire and you can probably find some tickets for like $5 in those midweek games. Game Time is now an authorized ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, meaning buying tickets to a baseball game on Game Time is easier and faster than ever. The Game Time app has a ton of cool features. My personal favorites are the flash deals, so you can just find the best available priced ticket in the section that has the best flash deals, all in pricing. So there's no surprise fees at checkout, and also seat views, which are real pictures from people who bought tickets in that seat, took a picture, uploaded it to Game Time. Game Time is the fastest and easiest way to buy tickets for sporting events, but you can also find tickets for concerts, comedy shows, theater events, and much more. The Game Time guarantee means you'll always get the best price. If you find tickets in the same section and row for less money, Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BRONX for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Once again, create an account and redeem code BRONX for $20 off. Download Game Time today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. We mentioned Rizzo and his 4 errors. The team overall has 16 errors, which ranks 13th out of 15 teams in the American League. All of the errors have come from infield or pitchers or catchers. Rizzo 4, Oswaldo 3, Volpe 3, Glaber 2, Birdie 1, Stroman 1, Trevino and Wells 1 each. Outs above average, Rizzo is -1. Glaber is actually +1. Volpe is +2. Cabrera is -3. It's less about the advanced stats, which I think time will also tell how this infield is on an advanced metrics basis. It is the lack of execution on plays that this team should make in its sleep that worry me more. Specifically, like we talked about Rizzo, but Volpe has made a couple of bad throws where he's just been rushing the ball, maybe looking runners back at third base, rushing the ball, made a bad throw. Glaber, we saw the same thing in the first doubleheader game. Could have cost him the game. He just rushed a throw. It was wild. That's how Cleveland scored their 2 runs. And then that play yesterday, which was not an error in the 10th inning, infield in, ball hit right to Glaber. He tries to do too many things at once, tries to throw the ball before he even receives the ball, bobbles it, run scores, game's tied, Cleveland ends up winning. That ball is any second baseman at any professional level needs to be able to make that 10 times out of 10. Okay?
Yeah, the play is infield is in. He's got we know where the play is. The play's at home, and he just didn't glove it cleanly. That's it. It was, and then he looked up and tried to grab it to throw it. Didn't have the grip on the ball, and you had a guy. Josh Naylor was running, right? He had a bad jump, not fast. He was dead at the plate if he fields it cleanly and makes a just a
if he takes his time, fields the ball cleanly, and makes a good throw to home, he is out by a full step. That's all you need to do.
100%. That's exactly it. Yeah, it wasn't a good play.
So what do you make of this infield defense?
I think it goes back to the Rizzo conversation. Frankly, a lot of it is I think that when you see you get rid of these 4 errors, I don't know where 12 puts us in the American League, but if you get rid of the 4 errors by Rizzo and probably, if Rizzo is in his normal,
I think he catches one of the Oswaldo.
Probably catches 1 to 2
balls.
of those.
Yeah.
Yep, the Volpe tag. So you're looking at 4 to 6 errors that right now we can contribute to Rizzo just not being totally right. I think this is exactly what we said. He's the MVP on the defense in the infield. And if he's not playing that way, everybody else suffers because they know that they have a lot more room for error with a guy like Rizzo over there. And I think that is part of it. Glaber has made some bad throws. The one across his body where he tried to take that second or that double play himself. And then obviously the one at home where he botched it, but
that's not an error.
I'm not overly concerned.
The one wasn't counted as the infield in one.
Yeah. And that should have been.
That's not an error.
And that should have been because it was an error. But and then the other piece of this is that Oswaldo Cabrera is playing third base, a significant amount of the time. You have John Birdie over there who's on the 10-day IL now. Hopefully he's back soon. There's some type of a strain.
Left groin strain. Boone said he doesn't think it's severe, but he doesn't have a timetable. So it could be 10 days. It could be 100 days.
And that's a feel thing. When the guy is back in action, he will the feel will let us know. So that means Cabrera's over there, and offensively, that's great because he's been absolutely crushing the ball. The kid's been unbelievable. But we know what he is defensively. He's not an elite defender at any position. He's an average, if not below average. I don't know where the numbers shake out on him, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's, a couple ticks below average.
Well, he's been -3 outs above average. Logan, could you look up what he was in his career at the different positions? So for these types of guys, these super utility players, the advanced metrics never
because they don't have enough
to them because the sample is always low. One day you're playing left field, the next day you're playing third base, the next day you're playing second base. It's just like, how do you ever get into a rhythm?
Yeah, and which makes sense, but eye test here is he's not an elite defender by any means. No. He's league average, if not, I would say he's below league average probably, is my gut saying that. So he's also there at third base every day, which is going to hurt your defense. Anytime you have to sub Cabrera for DJ LeMahieu, defensively you're going to suffer. And
DJ at third base though was not elite,
but he makes the throws and he has when the plays hit to him, he makes the play. He doesn't have the range as some guys do, but he makes the plays that are there, and he normally makes the throws.
Yeah, DJ's not -3 outs above average at third base. That's true. Logan,
in 2023. Oswaldo was -2 outs above average everywhere, and he was -1 in left field, -1 at shortstop, +2 at third base, and -2 at second base.
How much time did he play third base last year, though?
My guess would say not that much, but
not a ton. Yeah, that's the thing. You take those averages though. That's kind of where I thought he would be.
And also, he didn't he ended up. I guess he played a lot. Yeah, he played 115 games last year. Last year he played.
Most of it was left field, though.
Yeah, he played 15 games at third base last year, 51 games in left field, 49 games in right field. 92 games in the outfield.
God, he played 49 games in right field.
Wow.
That outfield was such a dumpster fire when Judge was out. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
And it's tough to like even get on him because of what he's doing on the offensive side. So
I'm not getting on him. I'm getting
no,
on.
I know. I'm saying it is tough
The
to do that. If
problem-
anybody is talking negatively about him, he's doing his job, in spades right now.
The problem with this infield defense so far, like you said, has been Rizzo. It's been Glaber's and Volpe's mistakes that can't happen. You can't have your double play tandem, because also the another play from yesterday that wasn't an error is Volpe trying to do the quick exchange on a double play ball, and he just bobbles the exchange. Is a ball hit to Glaber. He good clean feed to Volpe trying to turn a double play, and on the transfer just bobbles it out of his hand, and that's only 1 out instead of 2 outs. That's not an error anywhere in the scorebook.
Right.
But that's an out you just gave Cleveland.
Yeah, so I think that here's my take on it is that we're going to see these numbers completely flip on their head, because I think Rizzo is going to be just fine and the guys will settle in. Because
well, how does Rizzo affect that transfer play
egregious.
at second base, or the ball that Glaber can't just come up with and throw to home? Like those are.
I'm not saying that those are still going to happen. You're still going to have. I mean, guys make errors. Errors are going to happen. It's part of the game. The overall landscape of the infield, though, is going to look significantly better by the numbers, I think, because of Rizzo, getting to the form that he normally is. Unless something else is going on here, and I'm not going down that path. There's no reason to say that Rizzo isn't going to clean these things up, because that's who he is and that's what he does. And when that happens, we're going to see more. We're still going to see errors. They're going to happen, but the narrative across the infield, I believe, will be shifted, because Rizzo's going to, take care of a lot of that.